This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Basket, it's Jimmy from Boston. Petey, thank you for finding it in your heart to add me into your fictitious Rolling Stones article about the show. I mean, I've only given 5 loyal years, but unlike the way you like bananas, I ain't bitter. Shit, I would have even shortened my call last week if I knew there was going to be such riveting ripened fruit conversation. Rumor has it this week you two debate on just how much laundry detergent to use per wash. I can't wait.
You know, it is a common misconception. People use too much detergent per load. We can get into that down the line now. Pete and Sebastian, bro. What's up, Sebastian Maniscalco on fire?
What's up? I'm gonna write out the gate. Great, everything's fantastic, but I'm gonna write out the gate it with. How do you feel about going and doing carpools? For example, you're going to a dinner party and some people are in the same area as you. Do you like to go alone or do you pick people up and you drive or vice versa? What's your feeling on that?
Okay, when I'm in Fredonia, I got one buddy we go out with that we're very close with, and a lot of times they scoop us up because we're closer to the bars and the restaurants. I love that, no problem. I really like them. But if it's like a party and there's someone I kind of know a little, and they're like, hey, it looks like we're both going to the same party. If you want to carpool with me and Ken, fuck that.
Did you do that with comedians? Like if you were going to a gig and you were working with another comedian, did you carpool with the comedian?
When I was young and starting out and we'd get like college gigs and stuff like that, yeah, we'd rent a car, long road trips.
Hey, Lloyd, look, there's some people want to ride too. Pick them up.
Why, what's up? You carpool?
No, never. There's times where I was
well,
going
what if
to a
like
gig.
somebody asked you, can you pick us up?
I can't pick you up.
Why not?
Why can't I pick you up?
Yeah, I mean, you're on the way, literally. My house is on the way past your house. You have to pass my house to get to the party, man. Can you just
Well, I'm not coming from my house. I'm not coming from my house. I'm on the other side of town.
If I take an Uber to the party, can I at least bum a ride home with you at the end?
Not going home.
Wow, you're a busy guy. Bro, we're the best fucking podcast on the planet. This is ridiculous. What are we, 3 minutes in and I'm already laughing out loud? It's ridiculous.
Oh, God. You know what? Before we even started today, I was going to tone down the, congratulating ourselves on how funny the podcast is. I was like, you know what? Maybe that's a little annoying to the listeners that we're, making each other laugh, and then right after that, we're going, why aren't we in the top 10? So I'm like, you know what? Let me ring it in a little bit, and here you are 3 minutes in, boasting on the cast. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
But
no, I'm not. Because my wife asked me that today. She's going to a dinner party tonight. It's all the way out in Malibu. She's like, should I carpool with the girls? And you know, I go, you're talking to the wrong guy here. I don't carpool. I don't carpool. Even when I was working with other comedians, we're going to San Diego from L.A. Guy would call me up, hey, can I ride down with you? I go, oh, no, I'm going to be in Laguna. And then I'm going from Laguna, so I can't. I'm sorry. In the car, I want to do my own thing. I want to either listen to a podcast. I want to make phone calls. Normally on a long ride, I like to pick up the phone and call people that I haven't called back. That's the way I like to do it. I don't like, talking in the car. I mean, if you were around and you wanted to go and we were going to do a gig together, yeah. But I'm talking like randoms, forget it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you with that. Since I reached a certain age, especially when I started headlining, and it was like, no, I'm not picking nobody up. No one's coming with me. I like to crank my tunes. I like to sit in the car right up until I have to be inside the venue. You ever do that? Just sitting in your car in the older days and just watching people get out of their car to go see you, and you're just sitting there. Like, I'm in my fucking Subaru right next to you. You don't even know it. But I'm with you. We're not communal guys, man. We're not.
No,
I mean,
no.
I don't want to jump ahead if you're still going somewhere with this, but I can't. I got to tell you, I spent the night last night. My wife's got a really, really close friend from college. And I mean, they're like sisters, man. They've been that close for so long. And we stayed at her and her husband's lake house. And this guy, I've known him for a while, top shelf individual, good dude. I'm just going to say, too, they happen to be literally billionaires, all right? So they got, like, their own jets, two of them, and, like, pilots, like, full-time that fly them. But this guy also can still fly jets, and he's just a great, fun guy. And the lake house was beautiful, and we had our own room. But still, bro, I am not comfortable as a man bedding down in another man's house. It's such a hang-up for me. Jackie had to pull teeth to get me to go. I just, at one point I'm laying in bed, I'm hot, I'm in my underwear, now I got to go pee. And even though they're around the bend in another part of the house, I'm shuffling through the house in my underwear, and I feel like that guy's in his bed going, I got a man in his underwear in my house. What the fuck? Is that weird, bro?
It's funny you say this, and we must be living parallel lives, because I just went through this on Tuesday night. Some dear friends of ours have a wonderful house in Malibu, and they asked, hey, do you want to come down, spend the night in Malibu, go out to dinner? You could use the house Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. We've always wanted to go to their home. They have a beautiful home. It's literally right on the beach. But I feel the same way. Like, I don't mean to like ask these questions, and I didn't. But I'm like, is the house big enough where if we come with Serafina and a nanny, is that going to be a problem, right? Now,
Yeah.
the only reason we're going to bring the nanny is because we were going to go out to dinner, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we
a little freedom at
we
night.
flow. What?
A little freedom at night.
A little
course.
freedom at night. That's all. We just needed like a babysitter. So we floated it out there. Like, yeah, bring her. That's no problem. So we go. And you're right. I don't feel comfortable in another couple's house, especially they have two kids. They're 14 and 16 years old. Just a great family. But
Same.
for me, I feel like, I'll give you an example. At the end of the night, go to bed, get up in the morning, and the guy had gotten out of the shower, and his room was like kind of way across from ours.
Yeah.
And he walked past his door in his towel, and we made eye contact.
Bro, that is my nightmare. That's when you turn the light and go get in the car. Get in the car. We are out of here. Just saw him with his wet hair.
Oh, yeah. And he probably looked at me because his wife is like my wife, where she does like all the inviting. So I know she invited us and then told him, oh, the Maniscalcos are staying with us. And he probably went, oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
That's the... I'm fucking go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I'm dying. Same thing.
Same thing, bro. So we went out on Tuesday night with them for sushi. It's a popular place in Malibu. It's a Nobu. You know Nobu. They got one out in Malibu,
Yeah,
right on the
of course.
beach. It's beautiful. So we have dinner with them, great dinner. We go out into the valet area, and it's Lana and I. We had said goodbye to them. They had left already. And then, goodbye. Now we're waiting for our car. Now, I come out with Lana, and I'd say about 50 feet. 50 feet? Yeah, about 50 feet on the sidewalk. We start seeing paparazzi. Lights going off, right? Yeah. I mean, it's about 4 or 5 cameras, and they're kind of spread out. And Lana goes, what's going on? Because, like, there's not a lot of people. I go, I don't know. She goes, is that for you? And I'm like, nah, no fucking way. And we're looking around, like, who do you think it was? And she goes, I don't know, you think it's you? And then there's a hint in the back of my head. I'm going, wow, this might be me. Right?
Yeah, dude.
This might be. They followed me to Malibu, right? So just as I'm kind of puffing out my chest, wondering if my new hair's looking good, whatnot. We look, car kind of pulls away. It's Kanye West. Oh, come on.
Come on, man. I wanted it to be for you guys.
No, bro. No. This was, and then when he came in full, it was like lightning. There was cameras everywhere. I don't know. This guy came out alone to Nobu. And he came out of the restaurant, and literally there was a horde of people that attacked this guy for photos.
Wow, man, that's pretty cool. I wonder if like he wants that, like that's why he's going out to Nobu that night. I want you to see me out, take the photos. I am Jesus, baby. or if he would like prefer there was no one there. If there was nobody there, would he be like, "Yo, what's up with this?"
I don't know, man. To go out to dinner like that and have like just hordes of people following, wanting photos. It was like thunder and lightning, bro. And for me, sitting there going, just that one glimpse, thinking this could be for me, I had to literally slap myself and go, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
Yeah, listen, that's very honest to you and slightly humbling. But if I had done what you did at this point in my career, I'd be like, I'd literally go up to him and be like, "Don't start the cars yet. I'm right here. Don't worry about him." No, well, it's not what I've done. It's what's coming out. I got this one with Vigo coming out. I got, it could be a decent sized role in this De Niro thing, and I got a big special coming out soon. Start snapping, bitches. So anyway, funny, dude.
It's funny because sometimes at the airport, not sometimes, I'd say it happened 3 times, and it happened kind of right in a row, where TMZ is at the airport. They were waiting for someone else, but they saw me come out, so the guy's going to like ask me the questions. Yeah. And I'm so bad with that, right? Because something happened where it was like political, and they asked me, "So, what do you think about this new Trump thing?" This and that. And I don't answer any of that stuff. I just go, I got other problems to worry about. I got a family to take care of. And the guy almost looked at me like, "Oh, this guy's a bore." Like he went back to TMZ and goes, "Listen, if you ever see Sebastian anywhere, he sucks. Don't even bother with him."
Oh, that's pretty funny. But like, I tell you, next time they do that, what you should be your thing is, who are you really here to see? Who didn't show up? And I'm the scrap. You tell me when you're here for me and only me, and then I'll talk. That's great, man. That's God. Great. So how long did you stay at these people's house? Just one night?
We planned on staying multiple nights, but after I saw the guy in the towel, I told Lana, we got to get out of here.
Oh, dude. You know, listen, I don't want to get back on that, but I got to tell you a few things about that, because I'm telling Jackie, this is a really good friend. And like I said, I like the guy, but I'm like, Jackie's like, you said you do this. When are you going to find the time? And I go, Jack, this guy, he's like a builder. Like, he's building sites all over. He's like, I go, you think he's sitting around going, Petey, don't have a day? This guy does not want to do this, man. All right? Yeah. And then when we pull up at their house, I miss their driveway, and I go into this next driveway of the house next to them, and he is in that driveway in his truck on the phone. And he sees us, and he waves, and he points to the other driveway. And I go, oh, God, look at this, Jack. He went a house over so he could make some more calls because he didn't think we'd see him because we pulled into his driveway. You know, now we busted him. Like all this. I'm just thinking about the other guy. That's what I'm thinking about, you know, like same thing in the middle of the night. You ever have a man over? And like, it wouldn't be you or it wouldn't be a Lou, but like you have a guy over through a chain of events visiting, and you're like in the middle of the night, like, oh, I got a guy downstairs in my house. He's gonna dump in my toilet and shit.
You know, I'm shocked that we're talking about this because I had my sister-in-law, her husband, and their 2 kids stay with us for about 3 nights. And she listens to the show, so I can't, this is something that I know she's going to hear.
Sure.
But, there's an old saying, I think it was Theodore Roosevelt, I think. Don't quote me on this, guys. Look it up.
Oh, trust me, we won't. What are we, Lou, 350 shows in, Lou? He's quoting presidents? Holy shit.
Lou, get the Google ready for this. Yeah. But I think he said something similar to this. The saying might not even be right. But, fish starts to stink after 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds like something Teddy would say. He was a real outdoorsman.
It applies to house guests as well.
Yeah. No, I got it too. I do too. The most I would do is 2. I mean, this house, I was only in one and done. And like I said, lovely people. But even in the morning when I had to go to the bathroom, right? Plus, I want to get a cup of coffee. And I hear an espresso machine go off in the kitchen. I'm like, he's getting coffee. He said he had to leave by 8. Do I go out now and say hi? Or is he like, I just want to sip my coffee for 5 minutes? So
see, like, I wish I had you as a house guest because you seem to be very aware of the owners and what they're doing in the home, which I am too. He was downstairs, and there's another thing we caught. Like, he was going to go on his stationary bike and work out, right?
Yeah.
And, it's like, I don't want to see the guy get off the bike sweating, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I make myself invisible,
Right.
I could hear downstairs, oh, he's making eggs. I ain't going to go down there because I'm, because I would do that. I would be the guy, like, I'm making eggs and the house guests come down. I go, oh, God, right now? Right now, while I'm making eggs, you're going to come.
Now you got to go, you want an egg? Same thing with this guy. When he was having his coffee to go to work, right? The other thing, too, is like, I just threw my shorts on. By the way, halfway through the night, I couldn't even do it. I put my shorts and T-shirt back on. I'm like, I can't even be down in my underwear in another man's house. It's so... Yeah. I feel so vulnerable, man. So I put my shit back on. And then when I come out in the kitchen, I know he's in a nice suit. He's going to work. Have you ever been in that position? Like I felt like, the wife, I'm all messy, still in my sleeping wear. And I'm like, have a good day at work, honey. So I couldn't go out there until he was gone. I mean, if I was in a suit too, I'd be like, hey, I got a big day too. Ooh, hey. I'm just going to sip your coffee and hang out with your family here at your kitchen table while you go out there and make the money, big fella. Yeah, and again, nicest guy in the world. The shit's in my head, man. Jackie's
I know. I hear you, bro. It's in my head too. It's like if you had a normal job and you were going to work maybe you'd go down and you're like, listen, I gotta go, but thanks for the offer anyway. But when you come down and you got nowhere to go, it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, man. He's going out to pay bills for the house he has, and I'm just gonna stay here and play in it out on your lake. and then, bro, when he's in the kitchen, I gotta take a dump. I can't not in the morning. So I'm doing this thing where like as soon, I don't want to be graphic, but as soon as it hits the water, I'm flushing. Yeah, and then I'm spraying, and then I'm doing a nose check, and I won't leave the bathroom till I think it's gone. And I put on and I'm like, I don't need any of this, man. I don't need this. I want to go home.
I know,
right?
Bro. I totally am with you, and that's why Lana was shocked yesterday because we plan on staying for 3 nights. When I told her, listen, we got to get out of here, and she goes, why? I go, I don't feel like Lana went down and she was going to make coffee, but they were still at the house. I go, don't make coffee until they leave. She goes, why? I go, because he's going to hear the machine. He's going to hear the machine upstairs, and he's going to go, oh, God, they're making coffee in my own machine. Like, but this is, I mean, again, I don't know if me and you are the only ones that think like this, because my sister-in-law and her family, I know they don't think like this, because the way they were behaving here was as if they owned the home. Their kids walk in like they, I'm sorry, when you come into somebody else's home, you should be a little bit more not comfortable. When you come to my house, I wanna make you feel comfortable, but not so comfortable where you think it's your own. It's a very thin line, right?
Dude, it's like you want me to feel welcome, but you also want me to sense there's an expiration date on that welcome. It's about 2 days. Oh, I do have to say something about brother, sister, mother, or father. I kind of feel pretty damn comfortable in those homes, because it's my sister, it's my brother. So I'm sure your sister's plopping in. It's my brother's house, and I get that.
No. She's got our family on my side, we all have a sense of expiration. It's just what we grew up in. So we never feel like we're entirely welcome anywhere, right? So that's the way I kind of feel like I lost it on the kids, my sister-in-law's kids. They're 9 and 6, right?
Yeah.
And they're loud. They're just loud kids, right? So we went out to dinner. We came home, and Serafina was sleeping. So Lana and I turned to the kids and say, hey, listen, kids are sleeping. We have to be quiet. And they're like, okay. Like, even the way they say okay to the you have to be quiet is too loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell you got to be quiet, your response should be, okay.
Absolutely.
Not, okay, we'll be quiet. It's like, what the So we walk in, and they're walking up the stairs. They walk loud. Everything's loud. Whatever they do, they're loud. Lana and I go to our room, and they go. They're staying in one room, our guest room. All 4 of them are staying in that room, right next to Serafina's room.
That's my move too. I put whole families in one room. You figure it out. I got mattresses and one bed. You guys figure out whatever you want to do in there, but you get one room.
No,
per family.
I even told her, I go, we got 2 couches downstairs. You can stay there. No, they wanted to stay in one room. Okay, fine. So I'm taking my clothes off, right? I'm getting ready for bed. Lana is in the bathroom in our room using an electric toothbrush. Now, from the guest room, I hear the 2 kids screaming and crying, right? And then as soon as they start screaming and crying at each other, Serafina wakes up. Now I get hot. I go to Lana. I go, you hear this? She's like, no, I don't hear it. It's like my wife never hears nothing, right? Like, was the electric toothbrush too loud that you're not picking up what's going on over here? So they do it again. And Serafina cries again. Now Alana starts going towards the door. Now I'm in my underwear. I grab a robe. I'm so angry I don't even tie the robe, right? So Lana goes in. She opens up the door about 45 degrees. And she's like, guys, you can't. And I felt like whatever Lana was saying was not coming from like you have to kind of lose it a little bit in order to convey that this is like Lana is very diplomatic. Guys, you can't be that that type of thing. I grew up with rage.
Yeah.
Okay?
You have to go outside of your normal personality pattern.
I agree. Right? Like when the kids see, oh, Uncle Sebastian looks like a raging lunatic, this might be something that we're doing wrong.
Yes.
So over Lana's shoulder, I go, this is our home. Respect our home.
Bro. Oh, man, that is enough to make me turn to my family and go, get your clothes on. We are getting out of here. The king has just spoken. Dude, that's a bit much. Lou, I need a third opinion.
No, wait, I'm not even done with the rant.
All right. You're not done?
No, this is our home. You have woken up our daughter. Now the two kids, the 6-year-old girl runs to her mother because, again, has not seen rage like this ever. And the poor boy was in the midst of putting his pajamas on, right? So he had no pants on because we walked in on him changing, and he was like embarrassed. But I told him, put your pants on and go to bed. Now,
how you make it sound like you took them off and danced around naked? Holy shit!
Bro, it was like Tony Soprano with the robe open. You know, like when he used to go get the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I look like. Like, could you imagine some raging 45-year-old man in half a robe with his underwear on, telling you at 9 years old to put your fucking pants on and go to bed? I mean,
this is the home. Respect the home.
Now, you don't love me anymore. Well, that breaks my heart. But it's too fucking bad because you don't gotta love me, but you will respect me.
Let me ask you. I thought they was in the room with your sister and your brother-in-law.
Not my sister. This is Lana's sister.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. So where was Lana's sister and her husband?
In the room with them.
You yelled this to their kids in front of them.
Yeah.
You yelled at a boy to put his pants on in front of his dad. And you said, respect my home. Holy moly, bro. That's
this is another level of discipline.
Another level of discipline. He didn't go, hey, my son was in the middle of putting his pants on.
Nothing.
We're sorry for a look.
Nothing. I didn't hear one word from the parents.
Did they leave at 6:30 in the morning?
Bro, we got up in the morning. Nothing was said. There was no like, hey, I'm sorry about last night, or hey, you took it a little far yelling at my boy. Like, there was nothing said. It was like, your father ever yell at you at night, and then you get up and you have to have breakfast with your father? It's like an uncomfortableness there, but nobody mentions it. This is the same thing.
Yeah, no. Hey, I mean, a little side note. When I was like 15, we were in Cape Cod, me and my family and my two best friends with us, and my cousin, same age as me, was there, and we were having a pillow fight. And I stood up to hit him with the pillow, and I smashed a lamp above us, and the glass came crashing down. We were all renting this big house with aunts and uncles. And his dad, who's my uncle, who I still like the man and I love the man, but I used to adore him until this moment, he comes running in. And he goes, "You're going to kill my son! You're going to kill my son with this glass!" And then he pulled his boy and they both left. And me and my buddies are like, "What about us? We could have died with the glass. What the fuck was that?" And the relationship was never the same. And that's what you just did, bro. They will never forget that. That kid will never forget that.
No, which brings up.
Lou, is that not heavy? Am I the only one thinking that's crazy heavy?
Yeah, the term "respect our house" is like they really crossed the line, and you overreacted. But damn, they're gonna respect it now.
They're never gonna come back. That's your
bro.
respect.
No, it's just one of these things where when I was growing up, the type of behavior wasn't really tolerated.
Yeah.
And when you're going to come in my house and not like obey the rules, especially after I tell you what they are, you're going to get told to put your pants on. I'm sorry. You're going to be told. You're going to be told. That's it. What's the problem?
There was no knock. You got to knock.
There was a knock and then but it was like, you when a baby wakes up, all knocking, all formalities are out the door. You go and you fix the problem. And this was a build for the last 4 days. It was building. Okay, I mean, I was biting my tongue.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it kind of it reached a tipping point. It wasn't necessarily what was happening in the moment. It was 72 hours of this type of behavior that needed to be addressed because it wasn't being addressed.
Dude, it's hilarious, man. I mean, come on. It seems like the exact words were, "This is our home. Respect our home. You're waking up our daughter. Put your pants on and go to bed." Is that about it? In a nutshell?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No, when you went back to bed, did Lana go, "Guy, what the fuck?"
She goes, he was naked putting his pants on. I go, "I don't care what he was doing. This needed to be addressed."
Did you even lay up looking at your ceiling and alone and go, "I must have been. I was a little much. I came a little hard."
No,
I'm
there
sorry.
was a
I'm not
part
trying to put an emphasis on it. We're just laughing, dude.
No. I get it. There was a part of me because afterwards I came back. You ever like yell? You ever like lose your cool? And maybe it could be at a grocery store, a guy cuts in front of you and you have like an altercation verbally. I know even on the airplanes, right? And then after that, your heart is kind of racing out of your chest almost, and you kind of feel a little like you're shaking a little bit. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I got back to the room. I was like shaking. I was like, and I was like, I know, but this needed to be addressed. And then you go back and then you kind of like replay the stuff in your head. And you're like, you know what? I wish I would have handled that a little bit differently. But in the moment, that's how I reacted.
This is Benjamin Franklin. It was I who said guests, like fish, start to smell after 3 days. Furthermore, on this topic, I'd like to quote the great Sebastian Maniscalco in saying, "Take a walk."
The Pete and Sebastian Show.
The problem with me, and I talked about this with my wife last night, is I tend to suppress and I don't address. And when I suppress, I then begin to spiral. Like if I have a problem with you, I do not address the problem. I retreat. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then when it reaches a point where I can't take it anymore, you get me half naked in a robe, yelling at a 9-year-old. That's
Well, I know that part of your personality. You don't like nibble at things along the way. You wait till they build up, and then boom.
yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I don't nibble, like I don't snack. I eat the meal, and
It's a T-shirt.
so I want to work on telling people how I feel rather than having them guess how I'm feeling, right? Like sometimes,
That's good, dude. That's good.
yeah, like sometimes I'm like, and this goes back to the beginning of our show today. It's like when you're a guest in somebody's house, you are trying to guess how the other man is feeling about you, right? When somebody doesn't do that back to me, I go, "What? You don't know that this is bothering me?" Right? It was like, you can't guess that that's a problem, so now I gotta tell you. Like, I get hints, you know what I'm saying? In life, if somebody don't like me or somebody's having a problem with me or whatever, I know I could like feel it out. I go, all right, this guy don't like me. I could tell. This girl don't like me. I could tell. And then when somebody can't guess that, how I'm feeling in a certain situation, not that I don't like people, but like if I'm upset or I'm like, this ain't right, I feel that people should be able to sense it.
I agree, but we're hyper aware of that. We live in that world constantly. Like if I want to go to bed and I haven't said it yet, and then the other guy says, let's go to bed. Like in my head, I'm like, I knew you wanted me to go to bed, guy. I'm sorry you had to say that. I was going to say it 10 minutes earlier. I should have said it. You know?
That's what I feel, bro. When we were in the room at the end of Nobu, we all came back to the house and we were hanging out. You know, like I look at like, oh, did he just yawned, right? Like I'm picking up on this stuff, like non-verbal. And then I go, I go, all right, we're gonna let you go to bed. You know, like I'll sense like, oh, he's bored, or I know she's got a flight at 5:30 in the morning. I got like a time limit on this. So,
yeah, totally aware.
Yes, we do live in this world of hypersensitivity, but sometimes I guess I give people more credit that they should be able to analyze these situations like we do.
Well, I agree. Now, what's your take on this? Because this is what happened last night. Now it's about 10:15, 10:30, and this guy's got to work. He's got to be out the door by, I think, 7:30 or something. And we're all done eating. We're in the living room. I still have my sneakers on, but he's at the point now he's barefoot. Wife's barefoot.
Oh,
that's sign. That's like you're practically in bed. You're practically in your bed, right?
Oh, wow. Wait, you got your shoes on and he's barefoot? In his house?
Yeah, because now we're in their living room. Yeah, and they live on the lake. And now it's late at night. We're all just in the living room, and no TV is on. And it's like just someone. We're just waiting for someone to say, "Let's go to bed," right? So at one point, I look over at Jackie. I give her a little tap. She's on the couch next to me, and I go, I don't say it out loud, but I go, "Let's go to bed," like that. Yeah. And I turn around. He sees me say that, and he goes, "Hey, if you guys are tired, you want to go to bed, by all means, call it a night." And like, I was like, oh man, he was dying for that. He was dying for that, So I felt bad because I never get caught. I never get caught with the wife whisper. I can't believe I got busted. He was glad either way,
But it's normally I'll see the whisper, and sometimes I don't comment on it. I try to let the couple figure it out, right?
Yeah, let it marinate. I mean, he called me on it.
Yeah, that means this guy really was dying. But and again, I got to pat myself on the back here. I'm always really good with when couples try and sneak or mouth something to one another. I always pick it off. I'm always in on it. Are you honed in on that? Like if you're at dinner with somebody, and I go to Lana, after dinner I go, did you see them? What they said to each other? And she's like, no. And it's obvious. He mouthed that he didn't like his steak. You know?
I know. I'll tell you though. You wouldn't catch us. I just want you to know that. That's how good we are.
I don't. Why?
Because we've been married
you just
so
got
long.
Caught by you got caught by an untrained. The guy's building homes.
That threw me off, but I feel like deep down I didn't mind getting caught because that was late. But it was like, you know what I had? I was on the couch and I had my arms on the back of behind my head almost, and then I was laid them out across the back of the couch, so my arms were spread eagle. And then just with my finger, I gave her a little nibble on her shoulder. And I looked at her, I go, let's go to bed. I look over, this guy is like a hawk. Hey, if you want to go to bed, just go to bed. I was like, whoa, hey. So,
hey, I just said that.
But normally my move, like with you, I've been married forever, so like I can do. I'm at the point in the marriage where I could just give a little nudge with the back heel of my foot into her foot, and that can, it would mean a million different things, and she'd know what it meant.
See, you've been married longer than I have, and there's times where I'll go to Lana, I'll give her all right, let's go, and then she'll give me a look of confusion, like she ain't picking. I'm going, you gotta be kidding! I gotta do this again. You ever have it not work with your wife, where she's looking at you and you go, I don't know what you mean, and I'm like, oh come on, that was the only time I could have done this. Because the guy went to the bathroom and she doesn't really know what's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's moments where you could do it, and sometimes my wife doesn't pick up on the nonverbal.
Unbelievable. You're like, how are you not looking for it, man? You're not feeling it?
Like, you should be wanting to go too. You're not. Why are you wanting to stay?
I'm right there with you. The fact that they're not seeing it like us. We were in the gym last week and we're about to work out together. And she runs into a nice guy that we know in town. And they start chatting. And I'm waiting for her to work out, And then I look back over and I see him, but now I don't see Jackie because I can tell she was behind the wall. Like she's almost halfway into the locker room. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, she's doing the back pedal, trying to get into the locker room. And he's not even letting her go into the locker room. So I pull out my phone and I call her.
Oh, God.
And she picks up.
Beautiful.
And she goes, calm down. I was just having a conversation with a friend for 1 second. And she hangs up. And then when she walks over, I go, calm down. I thought I was doing you a favor. I thought you were doing the back pedal. And she's like, no, we were just talking. I misread it. Why do you think anytime someone's in a conversation, Pete, they can't wait to get out of it? Because that's my world. I thought I was saving you.
Oh, God, there'd be times when I'm in a conversation and my wife's across the room that I'd wish she'd call me. Instead, she's smiling and waving at me. I go, pick up the phone.
Well, you think the wife's coming over to save you and she joins in? So, what's going on over there? No, that's not how you're supposed to approach.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, so funny.
I built walls, a fortress deep and mighty, that none may penetrate. I have no need of friendship. Friendship causes pain. It's laughter and it's loving I disdain. I am a rock. I am
I just gotta give an ode to America, man. And I'll make this quick, but I just don't want to forget to say this. As I was saying, this guy, we're chatting, and he's a he flies his own jets and he has these guys. So we're talking about terrorism, and I go, I'll tell you, man, why don't these terrorists just buy a private jet and fly right into something? And he goes, no, they'd get blown out of the sky before they could do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Hey, like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, the FAA or whatever, they give you a flight pattern as a private flight owner. Did you notice? They tell you what route you're taking. And he goes, and the minute you go off that route, they radio you and, and basically go like, yo, what's up? You made a right. You're supposed to make a left. So I said, all right, so the minute you go off route anywhere in this country, and the minute they radio you and say what's going on, and you don't respond, how long will it be before you have 2 F-15 fighter jets or whatever they are right by your wings? And he's like, within about 8 minutes, you will have 2 fighter jets within 20 feet of each wing. Oh, welcome to America! 8 minutes, bro. You can't even get a pizza in 8 minutes.
I think it's a little too slow.
Do you? I gotta. I'm being very patriotic, but I can't say I disagree with that guy.
Lou, do you think 8 minutes is too slow to get a scramble on two jets?
A lot of damage could be done in 8 minutes.
Lou, how long does it take to smoke a Marlboro Red?
2 minutes.
Casually.
2.5.
I thought a cigarette lasts 7 minutes.
A funeral?
I thought a cigarette lasts 7 minutes.
I take a really good draw.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. How long does it take you to smoke a pack?
Day.
Half hour? All right. Well, I guess the point of it is, what are they doing in Russia? If I'm flying private in Russia, how soon do I got 2 fighter jets on my wing in Russia? That's the comparison.
I would think there's not in Russia that you just get shot out of the sky. There's no questions.
They ask you once, and if you don't respond, boom. Well, then I said, all right, so now I got the fighter jets next to me. Now, what if they're looking? He goes, and then they'll be right there, and they'll be right there. And I go, and then what if I grab my radio and said,
oh, geez, I'm so sorry. I got in a fight with my wife in a text. I'm an asshole. I'm so sorry. I'll get right back on the route.
He starts cracking up, and he goes, no. You can explain all that as you're escorted down to the closest airport with police and FBI and everything else waiting for you. So,
see, that's why I don't fly a plane, because I know I'd be that guy that can't follow the flight pattern, and I'd make a wrong turn, and then next thing you know, I got Top Gun on behind me going, goose.
Oh shit! Can you imagine? And I go, so you going to jail then, man? And he goes, well, depending on what an idiot you are and what a little mistake you made, you'll be fined the equivalent of a parking violation, a driving violation. And I'm like, yeah, but a regular fine and he goes, no, you're paying for the jet fuel. The fighter jets that had to come up.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's a hefty fine, man. It's not just $25 or $75 and 2 points off your license. Dude, we're employing 2 fighter jets? That's got to be 700, maybe 300 grand to get them up and down with the fuel and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. Depending on where they're coming from, I don't know what the fine on 2 fighter jets to escort you to the local airport.
Oh, and by the way, the last thing I want to say about this fine gentleman, at the end of the night, we hugged it out. He went for the handshake. I came in for the hug. I like the guy. And then he said, I gotta leave at about 7:30 in the morning tomorrow for work. So if I don't see you, man, it's great to have you. Thanks for coming. Now, when you're giving me the time you're leaving and saying, if I don't see you, and we're hugging, that's his way of saying, I don't want to see you, right? Yeah. So stay in the room till 7:30.
Oh, God. I wish I had you as a house guest.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing.
No, I mean, as far as what he's saying,
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You're definitely reading through the lines and picking up. Listen, I can't, he's telling you, I can't tell you, shut your door until 7:46. But I hope you understand the way I'm going to tell you. I don't want to see you. ever again.
At least not till a new season.
Yeah, to the new season. I want to rewind though. How do you feel about being in another man's home and he's got his feet out and you got your shoes on? Do you feel like you have to take your socks off because he's got his socks off?
Again, I literally feel like he is appreciative that I'm keeping all my shit covered in his living room.
Do you feel at all back to him going, all right, guy, put your shoes on. I got my shoes on. What are we doing here?
I'm not going to lie to you. I was hoping for a sock. Just a sock.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm hearing. I mean, come on. Like, another guy takes his socks off. Did he have socks on to begin with?
Well, no, I think he had like probably like flip-flops or loafers. It's summertime. We're on a lake, so it's like, again, men don't think like us, man. And I took a couple of hard looks at the foot when I went down to sit in my blue moon. And it was, I think the guy's got cash. The foot was manicured. It was
a nice foot.
It's not. It wasn't comfortable, but I was less uncomfortable than if it was like a gas station foot.
Yeah,
this guy works.
Yeah. It's clean. It was clean.
Yeah, it was manicured, man. It was. You could tell it was professionally taken care of.
So this is where my head goes.
Yeah.
He comes down. Did he go to his bedroom? Or did he go away and then come to the living room? Or did you have eyeballs on him the whole time in the house?
It seemed like he had footwear on. Then all of a sudden, when we sat down into the night, it's the first time I felt like the feet were just exposed completely because I would have noticed it sooner.
Okay, so I'm thinking he goes upstairs or he goes to the bedroom. He's undressing. This is where my head would have went. The wife goes, "What are you doing?" And I want to bed. The house guys, come on. I go, come on. So now he's got to come down barefoot because he was getting ready for bed. If I saw him barefoot, I would have said, this guy's in the midst of changing to go to bed. We got to get the hell out of the living room. No?
Oh, man, I'm right there with you. I truly felt, because when he came down, you know when a man's dressed where he's done everything, including brush his teeth, and it's just time to lay in bed. That's what he was at, and you get that feeling. She's like, they're in the living room. Let's go down there and talk. Pete still has some beer in his bottle, And like I'm the only one drinking, and then he's asking me, so how's the stand up going? I'm like, oh god, 10:20 at night. This guy's asking me, and I know he doesn't want to be. What a trooper!
Oh god, this guy's a mensch.
Yeah, he really is. Good dude. So, but me and you, like you said, we read that stuff and other people, and then I'm in his toilet and like I flushed it 3 times in a row. And again, luxury place, so like he's got some special toilet that the tank doesn't even have to fill up. I got an old toilet. You got to wait like 15 solid minutes for the tank fills up for a second flush. So I'm doing 3 quick flushes on his. And I'm going, oh man, is he in the kitchen right now? What the fuck's he doing with my toilet? Is he flushing drugs down there? Jesus Christ. So I just don't need it, bro. I don't need it.
Oh God, we are really warped. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, I think, man, do I need like help, or like why am I always in my head thinking this? Like I'm always thinking the worst. I'm never thinking, oh, they want us here. And there's some people that really enjoy having people at their home, but I'm always going the negative with it.
Yeah, I like to have people at my home long enough to come on in, have a beer. I want to see some of the things we've done around the house. Then show them everything we've done new around the house. And then say, what's new with you? And then they tell us, and then that's it. Beat it. That's all you really ever want people over for, is just to show them all the new shit you did. Look at it. Hey, I finished the patio. You got to come over and see it. And then leave.
Oh, man.
Tomorrow, say goodbye.
We had had a great time with Lana's family here, but there's things that happen where, you know, it's got to be addressed on the show, and I'm glad I had the chance to talk that out. Having the show is a bit cathartic for me because I actually get to bounce stuff off. You know, like if I didn't have the show, I would be harboring this the whole year, right?
Yeah, dude, it's like every week we're going to a psychiatrist, and our psychiatrist is exactly like us. So everything I say, you know what I'm saying? My psychiatrist got the pad. I go, do I know what you're saying? I had it happen last night. So we just, it makes me feel sane. I'm like, all right, I'm not the only one.
God,
so
nothing gets fixed. We just agree with
nothing.
one another.
Well, just now, a gas guy comes to my house the other day. I'll save a big part of that story, whatever. But point is, this gas guy's got to check our gas and all this stuff around the house. And when he leaves, Jackie goes, did you see his bottom lip? What was going on there? I go, what do you know was going on there? He had a big dip of skull in his mouth. And she goes, no, he didn't, because he didn't spit it. I go, Jack, come on. These hardcore guys, I've been around them in college. They chew, they put dip in, and they swallow it, especially if they're not, if they can spit, they will. If they can't, they just swallow that shit. Now, you got a problem with your service guy coming in with a big thing of dip in his mouth, or is that like, you know, couldn't care less?
I got a problem if a guy comes in my house and he had a cigarette outside, and now he smells like a cigarette.
Well, that's the thing. The dip don't smell.
The dip smells. Every guy that ever smelled, it's like a mint. Like, what is this guy got the dip in his mouth?
Do I care if my serviceman, who might go down my basement, he did, and have to walk around by the boiler and stuff and get dirty anyway? What do I care if he's got a big fat dip in his mouth if he's not spitting it in my house? Right? I mean, lawn guy,
how do you know?
Mechanic, right? What? So I'm following him around, man. Come on! You think he's spitting in behind my couch? Come on!
All right,
Come
downstairs
on.
in the furnace, you go upstairs, he fucking just lays one out on the floor.
Oh, that's fine. I got the back by my furnace. There's a dirt ground anyway. I wouldn't mind. You know, I'm just wondering if anyone complains and says, you know, your serviceman was out here and he had a dip in his mouth. Mailman, I wouldn't care if my mailman had some chew. Lou, you care? Would you care?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, the smoking thing, I understand. That's fucking
Absolutely.
disgusting.
It is. We've talked about that.
I don't think that is right for the workplace. You can't. What are you going to sit there and talk to the guy when he's got a dip hanging out of his mouth to give you an estimate? It's not professional.
That was weird. That was weird, man.
These people that come over to the house, I had a guy come outside. He's like, hey, I got to go into your backyard. I have to look at the tree line to see if it's touching the telephone lines. And he was with the city. But it's like,
here we go.
Like, how do I know you're with the city and you're not casing out the house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was he got? Uniform?
No uniform. I had another guy come by and ask me, did I tell you about the guy that come by and says, hey, what kind of, I came to the gate. The guy ran the gate. And so I came to the gate and go, yeah, can I help you? He goes, what do you use for your pest control? I go, who are you? Like, you don't open with, like, you don't open with who do you know? He goes, well, I'm a local guy. I got my own little private business, and I'm just going around the neighborhood, and I'm just asking people who they're using, and, you know, I could probably get you a better service plan, and I do a thorough job, and I go, I don't know. I don't even know who we got. And I know who we got, right? Yeah. I gotta like play dumb because I know he's got like one of these kids that got a response for everything I tell him. You know, one of these like they did the training. Go, well, if they say it's Orkin, you tell them that, you know, whatever. So I go, I don't know. There's some guy that comes and sprays, and I said, yeah, it's doing a good job. There's a lot of dead bugs around the house. You know, like wait. And he goes, well, here's my plan. I go, okay, I don't even live here. I told him, I said, I don't even live here. I come and visit every once in a while. You know, maybe come back and you could talk to the owners. And he's like, oh, okay. Soon as you're not the decision person, they leave.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, that's a long way to go, isn't it? Can't you just say I'm not interested? But
but like then I've gotten that where I go, I'm not interested. May I ask why? You know, like I don't want to go into it. You know, I don't want to go into it, and that's going to get it heated, and then the guy's going to come back and burn my cars in the driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to deal with that.
And what honestly, for you to make money with your pest company, how much are you going to save me from my guy? $100 for the whole year? I'll give you $150 to get the fuck off my driveway. Take out that F-bomb, Lou, would you? Thanks, bro.
Oh God, yeah, man. I was like, what pest control? What are you offering that Orkin's not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's in your spray? I go, if the guy said, listen, I got a spray where I spray your entire property line and you don't get any bugs all summer long. Bees, flies, mosquito, everything dies as soon as they enter your property line. I say, sign me up. But if you just got the spray Orkin's got, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you too, but like on top of that, you want the spray that kills every single bug all summer long, and my daughter can put a blade of grass in her mouth and not have a problem. You got that? That's the magic shit I'm looking for. I just sprayed Sadie's playground. I'm like, she goes to play the other day. I go, no, you can't go on that thing for 3 days unless there's a hard rain. Don't even think about it. She was barefoot. I'm like, you burned your feet right off. The fuck away from that. You think Daddy's going to hand pick that shit out with a screwdriver? I don't weed, man. I spray.
Brad Wills was telling us about the extreme heat out there when something happened. Yes, he was spooked, if you will, by a large bug. Take a look.
Because of the extreme heat, so if you're going to practice, what is that? Was that live? Are we live? Oh, brother.
What? Hey! Hold on. Are you hearing this, Lou, on the microphone?
No.
All right, because I got my daughter getting up. By the way, I'm just going to throw this out there, and I might be biased, but I think my daughter's brilliant.
I got to tell you, I saw that video of your daughter dipping her bread into the olive oil. The video cut out, but I just based on the class she was doing to it, you would think she was lighting up a Parliament menthol outside 20 minutes later. Carrying herself with the class of a 40-year-old woman right there in that video.
No one's teaching her this, and I know kids mimic and they look and whatnot, but I mean to pick up the fact that in Italy or wherever the hell we were, someone was dipping bread in oil, and now she's doing it. It's the brain power is unbelievable.
To bypass butter, go straight for the oil.
Oh,
I'm telling you, your kid's gonna be eating sushi by about 4. By the way, are you in town next week at all?
Yeah, you coming?
I'm coming to town on Sunday through Wednesday. I'll be out there. So,
Lou, do you think we could fire this up? Well, are you staying out here in L.A. or what? Orange County? What?
Yes, L.A.
Maybe we could get together next week and do a remote from here, from Sirius here. No, Lou.
You want to do it from your house or from Sirius?
No, Sirius. It's right here.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll get you a studio.
Pete, what the hell are you coming in for?
Yeah, I could do. I'm pitching to all 4 networks, man. Pitching the new sitcom idea.
Wow. So you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you leave?
Yeah, Wednesday night I leave.
All right. So we gotta go out.
Yeah, it depends, man. It depends how the pitches go. If they're going good on Monday, then we go out. If they're going bad, shit, we'll see.
No, we go out either way. I mean, it's
absolutely.
Go out either way. You come home, and if I come down in my bare feet, you get the hell out of there.
Well, I tell you though, man, the guy, my buddy, the writer who we're going to pitch together, I asked him where he's staying. I got my flight and everything, but I like to get a hotel in Burbank. I like to be near it all. And he said he got an Airbnb, right? And Jackie was driving to her friends yesterday, and she's on the phone going, I really see some nice Airbnbs. And I go, I'm doing a hotel. How do I get the key? What do I do with the key? And she's like, well, they tell you where to get it. And, and this one's a whole house to yourself. Bro, I don't want to be walking around the guy's bedroom looking through his shit when I should be focusing on my pitch. What's your take? Do you do these Airbnbs?
I'm putting this out there, all kidding aside. If you need a place to stay, you could stay here. We got an extra room, and we'll be happy to have you.
I so appreciate that, but I just don't need a barge open door in the middle of the night telling me to pull up my underwear and shut the fuck up.
Get the fuck out of the building!
Oh, no, you're my bud, bro. Absolutely. But, with the baby and all, I wouldn't. And, I was going to get a hotel. So, but I appreciate it. But do you, because I think you guys do like some high-end Airbnb, but like, is there a way to weed it out? And I want to, if I'm going to do that, I want one where it's like, it's never the guy's house. He only rents it. And it's like, almost like a hotel room. Like, I don't want to be looking at his personal photos and shit.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, to be honest with you, the home that we stayed at in Malibu, they do a higher end Airbnb type thing. And their house looks unlived in. I mean, what are you doing? What?
Kid? Do we have a... Oh, we got it. We must have it.
Babe! Hold on. All right. Babe, what are you doing? Jumping on a trampoline?
Oh, Lou, you know what I'm looking at right now? Mm-hmm. I'm going to send this to you. A friend of mine, Adam, just sent it to me. I'm going to send it to you. It's Sebastian in the hat that he wore for the wedding.
Yeah, I just had another one.
What happened?
I might as well have been a robe in my underwear just now.
Why? What happened?
Above me, Lana's dancing, and I could hear it's like the ceiling's gonna come apart. And I said, "What the hell are you doing? On a trampoline up there?" She goes, "No, I'm dancing."
I love it, man. There's a little dancing in the middle of the afternoon. That's living life.
Oh God, I just got the picture.
You just got a buddy of mine just sent that to me. Is that the hat that you wore at the wedding?
That's the hat. Now the hat. Listen, the hat. First of all, I look like a ridiculous in any hat I ever put on. But this hat, I gotta wear kind of like off my head. That's why it's so high.
Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't pull it down. That hat should be down. Right?
Is that gray part, is that leather?
No. It's cloth.
Okay. No, it's good. It's good protection for the situation, but yet it's a little subtle. It's not too overwhelming.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ripped apart on the hat.
Well, that's how it is. That's what they do, man. But that's all right. Let them rip apart now, because once the hat comes off and everybody sees the new lawn, they'll get it.
September 8th, I am at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. That's kind of the start. Actually, this weekend I'm in Catskills at a casino, which I do not have pulled up here. 1 second, I will get that for you. Tour.
Nice.
So this weekend
Catskills.
at Resort World Catskills in Monticello. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
And then Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center, September 13th. Being up in Albany, September 15th at the Palace Theater. Masonic in San Francisco, September 20 and 21. Paso Robles Amphitheater, September 22nd. Milwaukee at the Riverside Theater, September 27th. And here's one, October 6th and 7th, Las Vegas at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, SebastianLive.com.
Damn. Nice, bro. Nice. Good hanging. I had fun this show.
We'll see you guys. Check you later.
The show has ended.
This is our home. Respect our home.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. That is enough to make me turn to my family and go, get your clothes on. We are getting out of here. The king has just spoken. Dude.